Hey, my name is Ori, and this is going to be a Ninja Star tutorial in which I'm going to break down the Ninja Star washing machine into bite-sized pieces that can be eaten and digested, hopefully, and understood by other people. So this video isn't to teach absolute beginners how to do Ninja Star. It does assume that you know how to get into the positions bat, side, and reverse bird. And this is kind of just a pilot that I'm recording from my own apartment. As you can see here, this is the bed and these are the stairs. We'll see how this takes off, and maybe there will be more professional stuff going on. It is what it is. Let's go. So the first sequence is going to start from bat, and what we're going to do is going to go from bat. You're going to go up to each side. So you're going to go from bat to the side on the right or the left, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to go back down to bat. Then you're going to go up to side again, and then back down to bat. It should look something like this. So here we are doing this transition. Make sure you get it down to bat and up to each side. Symmetry is super important in this. You don't want to be building up your strength to one side only. So make sure you get both sides. Got to get them all. So ideally, you're watching this video like at a park or at a studio or someplace where you can actually do acro. So what you should do now is pause the video. But 1 second before you start, I would like to say a few words about safety. And then come back to the video. Right after this are going to be some tips about how to make it easier, more precise, more comfortable, hurt less, and all around awesome. People who have never done any acro should not be trying these things. I'm assuming you know a couple of positions, like I said before, and also that you know some basic safety concerns when doing acro. You should have a spotter, or you should have crash pads, protective gear, helmets, wrist guards, whatever you need, which is going to make you safe and not get injured. This is doubly important because it's a virtual class and I'm not here to see what's going on. I'm not with you to see what's going on and if anyone seems to be doing some reckless stuff. So please use sound judgment. Make sure the area around you is sterile or it's full of crash pads, and have fun while being safe. That's my number one concern. I don't really care if you get the Ninja Star. As long as no one gets injured when practicing this, I will be happy. Alright, so now that you're in a space that's filled with crash pads, now is the time to pause the video, get down on the mats and try it. Good luck. Just kidding. Okay, I'll continue. So I promised tips after trying that thing. The tips are going to be a little bit more difficult to give when I can't demonstrate it, but here we go. Base, you want to have straight, strong arms so that the flyer can push up against them if he or she needs to. Use your legs to help your flyer get up and to know which side you want her to get to, or him. So what you can do is you can bend one leg and push with the other leg, so that's going to help the flyer get up. Here you can have a look at it. I'm bending my leg, and at the same time my arms are straight, so she can push against it. Flyers, wait for the base to make his move. Wait till you feel one side of you getting pushed up, and then only after that, when you know which way you're going and you feel part of your body starting to go up, then what you want to do is use a little bit of arm motion and mostly leg motion to bring your legs over to one side and down, and that's what's going to help you bring your upper body up without too much effort. So if we have a look at this again, we're just going to slow it down here. Basically, as you can see here, I'm bending my leg and Tal is just waiting. And then after she feels the direction that she's going in, now she's transitioning her leg weight over. It looks like she's lifting her leg pretty high, but it's actually just a camera angle. Really, she's using her legs to lift up her upper body. When you do get up into the side position, it shouldn't be a lot of effort. What you want to do is make sure all the weight is only in one hand. Flyers, that should be your front hand. So you have like a front hand and a rear hand more, or a upper hand and a lower hand, so it should be in your upper hand. The other hand you should actually be able to let go of, so play with that. See if you can let go of the other hand. This video requires previous knowledge of the side position, but I'm just going to give one last tip about it. Flyers and bases, what you want to do is have a straight line between your shoulder, your hands, and the base's shoulder. Okay, so if that's out to the sides or in all sorts of goofy directions, that's going to be very difficult to hold. Straight lines are what makes acro easy. So what you want to do is make sure your hands are lined up between the bases and the flyer's shoulders. Here's an example. You can have a look. The line is straight. That's what makes it easy. So that's just one tip about the side position, which is deceivingly complicated. I mean, actually, I could teach an entire class just on the details of the side position and how to make it easy, comfortable, balanced, and fun. But that's another class. For now, we'll continue. Make sure you get into a nice, stable side position, are able to stop there, let go of the flyer's lower hand so that all your weight is only on the outside arm, the upper arm of the flyer. So as you can see here, the upper arm is straight and all the weight is on that. That makes us able to remove the other arm, which will be important for the continuation of the sequence. Flyers, if you have too much weight in your hands, in your upper body, bring those legs down. If you bring your legs down, your upper body is going to go up. If you feel like you're falling towards your legs, bring the legs up. Your legs will go up, your upper body will go down. You can use your legs to balance yourself and to transition your weight. I say legs, I really mean hips, but that's a bit complicated to explain. I'll get that in a different class. Base, strong, straight arms. Sorry about that. Yes, so base, strong, straight arms. The arm work is the flyer's job. It's your job to give them two sticks that they can lean against. Keep them that way. It'll make everything easier. Flyers, the arm work is yours. So if you're coming down, go from extended arms to bent arms. Think about small arms. Here you can see as Tal goes down into the bat position, she's the one who's doing the arm work and my arms basically stay straight. Flyers, your strong position in bat is elbows close to your chest, everything in, so that way you can have some good push against the base's arms, against the base's hands when you need to, so you can take it to the side and go up. So if you got that down, the side, bat, side, bat, side, then what you can try to do is make the pause at bat shorter until you're basically just moving smoothly from side, passing through bat and up to the other side, and then down, passing through bat to the other side. Check it out. So here what we're trying to do is shorten the hold in the bat position and kind of just link it up with the going up to the other side. And here we're just kind of trying to transition smoothly between sides through the bat position and then back up to the other side. So we're done with the bat side transitions and we're now going to learn the next piece of the Ninja Star. On the one hand that was long, but on the other hand it was only 7 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. What we're going to do now is we're going to start from a reverse bird position and try to get from reverse bird to the side. And then we're going to go see if we can go back from the side to the reverse bird. Then we're going to transition over to the other side and then back to the reverse bird. Check it out. So you can get into the reverse bird position however you want. And then what we do is you go to the side position and then back to reverse bird and then to the other side position and back to reverse bird. You can do it as many times as you want. Make sure you get both sides. What the bass is doing in this transition is basically just taking out one heel by doing a strong turn in with his foot, and then the flyer, what they're doing is rolling over onto that side, and that rollover kind of automatically rotates the flyer from being facing the opposite direction of the bass to facing the side. I think the secret to making this work is flyer. Make sure you really roll onto the side instead of staying with your body kind of facing the ground. You really want to make sure that you start in the reverse bird position and you roll onto your side, and that's what's going to make it work probably. So if we have a look at this again, I've slowed it down. Right there, I've taken my heel out and I've done a strong turn in with my left foot. And now as we continue, Tal's rolling over onto her side. As you can see now, she's facing the side instead of facing the ground, and that's what makes it work. The other thing that's important and makes it nice and easy is flyer, make sure you keep your head up. This is a flat spin, so you want to make sure that your head and shoulders are up and they're not drooping down. No one likes a saggy flyer. So bases, make sure you're pushing, you give your flyers straight arms, push them up flyers, you can use the base's arms to push yourself up, but also use your core muscles and use your legs to make sure you're pulling your upper body up. Yeah, so just keep your body tight, squeeze those butt muscles, squeeze those back muscles, and make sure you're staying horizontal, like parallel to the ground, and not droopy down. So I kind of skipped the letting you try it portion of this before giving tips. You can try it before giving tips or after hearing these tips. We're going to go maybe a little bit faster in the next portion of the video of this tutorial. But yeah, go ahead, give it a try, and then we can move on to the next step, which is obviously linking it together from side to side through reverse bird. So at first you can leave a small pause in the reverse bird position if you need it to reorganize your feet, but the goal here really is to go smoothly between the two sides through the reverse bird. What allows it to happen smoothly is just by putting your feet turned in like duck feet, and that'll work. So congratulations, if you got those two moves down, you basically have the two building blocks of Ninja Star, because Ninja Star really, all it really does is just links those two moves, the transition from side to the other side through reverse bird, and then the transition from side to the other side through bat. So I'm purposely saying that these sequences start and end at side, despite that a lot of people would say that Ninja Star is a washing machine which starts and ends at bat. Because a lot of times if you start and end at bat, this is what happens. Oh, Tal is skipping over the last side and going straight to bat. So in order to try to avoid that happening, I added one more step in the progression towards Ninja Star. Let's have a look. So the last step, really just before we do a full Ninja Star, is to start inside and go down through bat to the other side, and then link that up with the transition to reverse bird, and then back to the side, down through bat, and to the first side. So it's like kind of like a boomerang, like the Instagram boomerang thing. So you're really just going there and back before we do the full circles. This is what it looks like. So here we're trying to do the transition smoothly from side down through bat to the other side and link it up with the transition to reverse bird and then back. Don't forget to make strong, stable sides. That's important. Go ahead and give that a try, and then we're going to put it all together, everything we learned. So I'm new at this whole virtual teaching thing. Usually it's a whole lot funner and more interactive for me because I can see who's practicing and cheer them on and give them tips and get excited when they get it done, when they get it down. But right now I have absolutely no idea if you're doing this, how you're doing on it, or if you're just watching this video for theoretical knowledge and you'll practice it later on in the park. But this is the last step to put it all together. And then I'm going to give a couple of tips on the whole thing, and then I'm going to give a bonus, like, extra variation on Ninja Star, which is nicer and smoother and can be very, very fast. So here we go. So here what we're doing is putting it together in steps with small pauses in between transitions, but this is the full Ninja Star, so we're going through it slowly and with some pauses, once in each direction. And this is kind of like a smoother Ninja Star with less pauses. You can run through it, and then you can run through it in the other direction. Don't forget to do it in both directions. It's super important. Yeah. Otherwise, you just end up being lopsided, and you get good at doing in one direction, but not in the other, which sucks. So that's a Ninja Star. Now's your chance to go and try it. Link all the things that we did together. If you're not getting part of the transitions, then go back, try to get the transitions, and then link them back together. I do want to say one thing about, a couple of things really, about how not to do Ninja Star. A lot of times people are unstable in the side position, so instead of doing a full, nice, stopped side, they search for the bat really, really fast. This is what it looks like. So here, what Tal is doing is she's going, as you can see now, we slowed it down a little bit for you. So she's not going into a full side on the other half, which looks ugly. Ugly, sorry. Don't do it like that. So the way to fix this situation is that at any given time, you should be able to disconnect your hands at any given time in the sides. That's what's going to make sure you're in a good, stable side and gonna make the Ninja Star look nice and effortless. The exercise that we're doing in this video is, you can also try it, it's just basically going to the sides and making sure you can stop there, let go of hands, reconnect hands, move the hands, and playing with hands. That's it. So the last thing I promised is a Ninja Star variation. It's a nicer one. This is going to end our 15-minute video, which is actually pretty fast to learn a full Ninja Star. It's pretty cool. This is obviously not including practice time, but I feel like this video really breaks the Ninja Star down into bite-sized chunks, and that's really what teaching new things is all about, really just breaking shit down into, breaking stuff down into pieces that people can understand and digest and try on their own. So this next variation is basically just kind of a nicer version of a Ninja Star, which instead of having a bat position, you kind of roll through the back or back bend position, and it makes the Ninja Star more flowy. And if you're doing Acro Olympics type thing, this is what really allows it to go very, very fast. This is what it looks like. So in addition to this being very fast, this is obviously sped up. When we were doing the video, we weren't actually trying to do it fast, but just to save time so it's not boring, I'm doing it really fast, but it can get this fast. So just to keep that in mind. Nice, right? Yeah, I think it's cool. I only really discovered this, actually. The reason I keep on saying that it's really fast, I discovered it when I was practicing Ninja Star with a friend for the Acro Olympics, and we were trying to figure out a way to get it much smoother and faster, and kind of rolling down through bat and like throwing all your weight and your legs over really slows it all down. So that's why it's really fast. I think the trick to getting this done is it's a combination of both base and flyer's job. The flyer, what you do, instead of piking your legs open and going into a back, you kind of let them roll back. You kind of let them straighten to the back. And then the base's job is actually kind of difficult in this. What he has to do is kind of slide his feet along the back, and there actually is a little bit of sliding involved along the back to make sure that the flyer gets onto the other side, because they're actually going through from the base's foot is on one of their sides, and then it has to go to the other side, but it can't go straight from one side to the other, because if you're holding here and then you only hold here, like, it'll fall through when you get to here. So you really gotta, if you're on one side here, you gotta put the other foot here, and then as she rolls over, slide her feet onto the other side, and it looks something like that. I know I did some goofy stuff with my hands right now, but maybe it was understandable because I don't have a zoomed in view of what my feet are doing when she goes through through the back position. So I think that's it. That was a Ninja Star tutorial with Ori Haberman, Acroyoga. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you knew Ninja Star, maybe you got some tips, maybe you got some details. If you didn't know it, I hope you now know at least how to practice it, and at some point in the future you will know it. Hopefully something improved. If you have anything you want to say to me, then I would be more than happy to hear. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if there's something you want to add, if there's something that's unsafe, I'd be happy to hear. I would love to talk about it. And that's it. Hopefully maybe some of us or all of us will meet in the future in physical being, and be able to acro or play or just roll around on the grass. I may do more virtual lessons. So if you have something which you would like to learn, or you would like to hear my take on, I would be happy to hear from you. I really specialize more in dynamic acro, like whips and pops, but I could teach anything. And actually these videos are quite difficult to make. They take quite a while. So if you have an idea about how to help me with that, that also would be amazing, and I would love to hear from you. Either way, you can look me up. I'll put a link in the credits or something like that, and we could be in touch. I would love to hear any type of feedback, positive, negative, or neutral. See ya. Peace and love. Bye. Love.